know the song.
Yeah.
Is that
I don't know who it is,
the
though.
OJs? I think.
You know the name of that? The artist on that?
I think it's the OJs. I'm not. I wouldn't.
couldn't tell you.
I would throw the OJs or the Temptations anytime I hear Motown and
Yeah.
be right half the time.
I'm just too young for that stuff.
This could be. You know, I don't know. That might be a chick doing that. That might be somebody like Deanne Warwick that did that song.
Might be.
This would be.
Yeah. Well, hey,
Here we are.
here
finally.
we are, finally on video.
Again.
Doing a streaming recording, and we're having fun, and where this is the Now You Know podcast, first video one.
Yeah.
Episode 2, season 3. So from here on out, we're going to move into this platform, and this gives an opportunity for people to see our faces and the guests we have here's faces. And I have somebody else here with me, of course, and it's Clint Peak. He's the president of Live the Dream Media LLC here, and I want you to kind of talk about some of the stuff we're going to be doing from here on out.
Yeah. We're doing a lot of this. Thanks for having me in, David.
Pleasure, always.
You know, we talked about this off camera before we got over here. This is I was thinking about it. This is probably 35 years in the making for me. I've always wanted to be involved in this from my first, VHF camera on my shoulder and cutting tapes and stuff.
Yeah.
This is really, really cool. And it's an evolution that you and I have been working on really now going almost 6 years.
Yes.
Which we started streamlining our focus about 2 years or 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
And the live streaming platforms and podcasting is just such a cool way to present your story and market stuff and things of that nature.
Yeah.
That it's just it's kind of surreal when you sit and do it for the first time.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited about this.
It's awesome. I want to give thanks to people that have made it possible for us, and entities that have made it possible for us to do this.
Can I jump in real quick and cover two people real fast
before
we
it, yeah.
go
Go
on
ahead.
our big
Go ahead,
list
yeah.
because we got a long list.
Yeah,
our
please help me.
our brides,
Yeah.
our wives, both of our wives have been extremely supportive and
patient.
and patient and yeah.
Hey, my wife's going to come on the Now You Know podcast this season. I know
love
she was with you
I
on
love
your
it. The money stuff.
what is the
She killed it.
Yeah. It was the episode you have her talking about financial budgeting and stuff like that. Well, I want to bring her on the Now You Know podcast to kind of do a lot of the same thing.
And those of you that don't know that about David's wife Alex, she is just a financial guru.
She is.
So she just I was so stoked to have her on. The Wall Street, the basic is. Yeah, you have to go back and check.
Sorry for sidetracking you so much.
Yeah, me
but we
too.
should
You
get
and
back
me,
to
and me
the
both.
thanks.
But I didn't mean to sidetrack you, but we couldn't start our thank yous without starting with our brides first.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now I know you got to go on the list, so
yeah,
there's a lot of people we owe debts to.
Yeah, the first one is the platform that's allowing us to do this, and that's Spotify. So we want to thank Spotify for allowing us to do that. And you can listen to our audio and stuff on Apple and Google and all those other places, but the video specifically, getting to put it on Spotify is pretty huge. And I want to thank Kyle. I won't throw his last name, but Kyle, when he hears it, he's going to know who, and then Pastor Chris at the Oro Valley Church of Nazarene for getting us in there on the production team to learn, to see how all this stuff works, to practice and to contribute and serve, which is huge. And we want to thank Nereda Reyes, who's our studio director here. She's taken the leap from she was specifically with audio at first, but now she's jumped into the videography scape and being a director. She's directing everything right now. She's doing the sound and the video all at once from one area, and it's really, really cool.
She kills it.
So thank you, Nereda, for doing that.
Part of the team, part of the family.
Yeah. So and thank you to our listeners, because it wouldn't be possible without you. We have to have the listenership to be accepted into something like that, and we thank you for that. And
we have a policy around here that the customers, the listeners, you're the board of directors. You're why we do what we do. Our number one asset is our team.
Absolutely.
But the board of directors, the people we respond to, the owners really are the people that listen or buy our products and services.
Yes. Yep. That is the truth. It is the truth. So with the streaming ability and the platform that we're moving into, we've discussed that we're also going to do this new platform. It's called Entertain Merch.
Exactly.
Right. So that's the new power word that's being
buzzword.
used.
Yeah.
What did you say?
The buzzword.
Buzzword. Yeah, buzzword. That's what I meant. The new buzzword.
You know, the Chinese, the Eastern culture has been killing it at this for long before COVID, long before the pandemic. This is probably close to a decade.
Yeah.
That live streaming, think of QVC on steroids is the best way I can describe
Throw the number out that you told me about.
Well, this year in the United States, and we're just getting started.
Yeah.
26 billion just for the live streaming, not e-commerce as a whole. That's hundreds of millions, billions in the case, because think about it, Amazon is e-commerce. But just in the live streaming portion of the e-commerce, this year it's projected to be 25 plus.
Wow.
Which, to put it in perspective, that's almost twice what the recording industry produces in the course of a year.
Yeah, that's crazy. In a year. That's insane.
And the cool thing is the platforms that are available, it doesn't cost thousands. We're familiar with TV advertising and the typical way we've advertised over the last 100 years, radio, newspaper, TV. Personally, I've invested in a lot of advertising as recent as a couple of years ago, about 3 years ago. And it was thousands per month.
Yeah.
And the results were there weren't any.
There weren't any results.
There were results.
Nothing measurable.
There wasn't that I could say,
Yeah.
well, this worked out great. I'd have been better off to pass out $100 bills. But the reality of it is this, just the timeline, the cost, the efficiency, the ability to produce, we're talking hundreds versus thousands.
Yeah. And so what we're wanting to share with the listeners and viewers is this platform is going to be open for anybody that wants to come in and rent space and do it and make it happen. You can have your live purchasing links. It's just really incredible way to do business, and we want to help people in the area get that done and make it something they can do. It's affordable and it's it's fun at the same time. You gotta have fun,
it really
right?
is.
We love having fun here. I mean, this is fun. All this stuff's fun. So it's really, really cool. And the cool thing is too is we're recording everything as well, here. So you could do your stream and then have a whole copy of it for you to use for any advertising
and as long as the information doesn't change, you can play it in that platform. And I was discussing that with my bride this morning. We commuted in today to get together. And she was talking about, specifically that, rather than change information, just always refer to the link below. Well, the link can have any adjustments that you want to make on that.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely. We were talking about something yesterday. I'm going to move into some controversy because we got to talk about other stuff in the episode. I mean, I love tooting our horn and talking about the cool stuff, but, the world's been a little on edge and confusing at times, and we always try to push a positive light on everything. And we want to recognize that yesterday, January 13th, the Supreme Court of the United States 6-3
on one issue.
On one issue, the one issue we're going to talk about is the COVID vaccine mandate that was being pushed by our federal government, and they shut that down. There are some stipulations in regards to medical workers,
and that was a 5-4 vote on the medical side in favor of the mandate.
The positive spin on it is I kind of want to reinforce the idea that the system, although it is not perfect, it does work. Things do happen. Decisions get made, and it's kind of like a weight off of your shoulders, right? And it has to be for the industry, like corporations and everybody involved. It's like, well, there we go. Here it is.
David, and we were talking a little bit earlier while we were having breakfast out here at Top, and we were talking about that everybody wants to have immediate satisfaction and immediate gratification, and we're trained that way.
Programmed
from early on. I mean, you think about every TV commercial or every radio commercial you've ever heard.
Lose weight for $19.95 a month.
30 to 60 second solutions to everything in problems in your life, and that's just not reality.
Yes.
And so a lot of what we look at here, at least, in light of what you just said about the Supreme Court ruling yesterday, is sometimes it's a better idea to slow down, take personal responsibility in many, many cases. And just things should move a little slower at some time, especially when you're making important long-term decisions.
Yeah.
I don't need necessarily a 30-second solution every time. Hey, if the house is on fire, let's let's get busy. But if not, then if this is not an emergency per se, not to say a pandemic's not an emergency in this particular article that we're talking about, but a deeper thought than most times than what a lot of people are putting into.
Yeah.
I think that's why we kind of got here, honestly.
Yeah, and it forces, big pharma and stuff like that. Let's look at other options here, right? Because you streamlined one option, right? And I had some guests on another podcast program we did that was in fitness, and it's like, well, let's highlight the importance of going out and running and exercising and getting sunlight and eating healthy and taking care of yourself, right? Every day, step by step by step, being consistent, that kind of stuff. Just go, just the idea of one thing being streamlined was kind of concerning from the get-go. Yeah. So it does. It says, hey, you guys got to innovate and come up with something else. Yeah. We've got to figure, as a society, we have to figure something else out. And you know what that's going to take? It's going to take teamwork.
Exactly.
You got to unify at this point.
Exactly.
There's no more politicizing anything at this point. We have to come up with more ideas as a team.
Well, and this is a perfect time to. I don't believe in left or right.
Yeah,
I mean, I just don't. I mean, my brother's left-handed, I'm right-handed, so there is left or right. But in a world that we live in, are we moving forward or are we falling behind? Yeah. It's up or down, forward or back. Left or right has no value to me on how we do things because that's separation. Let's just keep plowing forward. That is, as best we can with whatever common ground we've got. Yeah. And everybody's got common ground. So I'm not even going to go into the, hey, we're all agreeing on 8 out of 10. We all do. Yeah. We all want the same things in life. We have different viewpoints on how to get there. I understand that, but we all want basically the same things.
Well, you talk about a test, right, where you engage somebody else in a conversation and you go, hey, let's name 10 things that we want.
Yeah.
You're going to have common answers.
You're going to hit 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10.
Who doesn't want to be healthy?
Or have a nice house, or their kids be successful, or have enough money to go on a nice vacation, drive a nice vehicle. I mean, What else is there?
Yeah, just get outside of the noise. Yeah, and really look at what's important for all of us.
And this is pressing, and I'm glad you brought it up. And we hadn't discussed this at all, but you mentioned Big Pharma. Yeah, it was a little less than a year ago. My family experienced a huge loss. It was an extended family member, a teenager, lost his life to illegal drugs created by the big pharma that there's no other way to look at it. And part of a lot of this noise that's happening out there, I'm not going to fault that. Poor choices were made, okay? Yeah. But the reality of it is we're tapping at 100,000 people have died from overdoses in the last 12 months in the United States. And that's totally 100% preventable, by the way. Yeah. And we support Big Pharma. I'm not pro-con. It's just, and we need medicine, but we got to have more responsibility from a corporate standpoint. We talk about business ethics. I think that's a misnomer. There's just ethics. Yes. And so when we're losing, especially young people at that rate, there's a mental health crisis that we have to address. Yeah. There's a lot of other issues, and to me, that's where a lot of these our energies and resources need to be tapped down, especially to the kids. Absolutely. That, hey, look, life's kind of tough sometimes. But to quote Zig Ziglar, the minute you get tough on yourself, life gets a little easier.
That's true.
It's a self-discipline kind of thing, and I don't want to get way out of field, but I think we're missing a lot of self-responsibility, self-ownership. Yeah, I think that's kind of a lost art anymore, and it's unfortunate because that's the only way to be successful, really. Yes, is to be accountable for your own behavior.
It is. Yeah, you can't fall on the idea that somebody else is going to help you through everything because it's not. They're not.
I don't want them to. Yeah. Honestly, personally, not that I don't mind hand, because I've had lots of hands, lots of hand pulling forward, and I think we should always be pulling the next guy up behind us. But there's a pride factor in doing it yourself, number one.
Mm-hmm.
Two, if you're not having to help me, then you can help somebody else that maybe needs help more than I need it.
For sure.
So and I'm old, and maybe I didn't always feel this way, but as you get older, you realize that a lot of it is just you get out of something what you put into it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so I know that came a long way from a 6-3 decision by the Supreme Court, but I think it all factors in there.
Yes. Yeah.
There's personal responsibility. There's personal accountability. And part of it is looking out for your neighbor. Yeah. And that's one of them.
Yeah, it is. It's okay to question things.
Absolutely.
It is okay to question things and to think outside of the box. Yeah. Do it.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to come from it. And I want to bring up the fact that, the stuff we're talking about right here, there's a lot of blog posts that we've put on our website. We're, kind of talking about some of this stuff. And there's also some information about starting small businesses that is going to be very, very valuable to use and to put
especially in today's world with the record numbers of people leaving businesses and starting new ones.
Yeah, absolutely. So we encourage you to go to ltdmedia.net and go check out those blogs. We've also got an article about the media's credibility has dropped, and so is the viewership and the correlation of it. There's facts. Everything we have is facts. Yeah. We're pushing the positive stuff, but there is stuff that's facts, and sometimes facts hurt, but that's the reality of stuff. So check out some of the there's good morsels on there to read. Another thing I want to talk about now on the podcast is a group we've started on Facebook. It's Local Marana, where we're based in Marana, Arizona, and this is not any prejudice to anywhere else in the world. You can join the group if you're from anywhere else, but what we've done is we've created this group where customers and business owners and other patrons alike can communicate and talk and express and recommend and have a good time in the group and be positive, right? So if you get a chance,
by all means,
if you're listening and reviewing, go check it out. Go to the group.
It's kind of like the town square. It's kind of like hanging out at the Little League field and chatting with your neighbor over the fence or some of that stuff. It's a small town environment, even though we live in a rapidly second or third largest growing city in Arizona right now. I think percentage-wise, it's number 3. I'm pretty sure that's correct. Yeah. I'd have to check the numbers, but and it growing at like 25% over the last decade or something like that.
I refer to it as the gateway to the Southwest.
If you've never been here, it's pretty cool. If you have, you know why. I mean, I'm not here by accident.
Yeah, ditto, no doubt about it. Another thing I want to talk about is our merch that's available now, right? I'm wearing I'm wearing a hoodie here. Look at that. Yeah, it's got the Live the Dream right here. Check me out.
Look at there.
Ears are cold, dome's cold. Yeah. Hide from you don't want somebody to see you at the store. Hey, I don't know.
What if you want to cover bald spots? We got this.
Hey, bald spots. I am
follically challenged.
Follically challenged, yeah. Hey, I accept my hair's fate. It started jumping ship like 8th grade, so that's just something once you get past the denial, it's all good. Unfortunately, there's probably people that are gonna get a little older than where I'm at right now, and that's when it start happening to them. And just hang in there. It's going away.
Hey, I'm gonna start a whole series.
You can get a toupee.
I'm gonna start a whole series on this. Life begins at 60.
Or does it begin when your hair starts falling out?
It begins at 60. And I'll prove that in another episode, but I'm telling you it does.
Yeah.
You don't even get warmed up till about 50.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think a lot of people, and it kind of goes back to the theme of what we're talking about, I think a lot of people miss the good life because they're waiting till that happens to do what I need to do. Yeah. I'll do that when I retire. I'll do that when the kids are grown. I'll do that. Hey, we got a good football team. I'll wait till the football season's over. Oh, it's cold right now.
Yeah.
There's always wait, and I can't do it. Live in the moment. Carpe momento. Live right now.
Yeah.
I think so many people look at and again that back to that ownership stuff. It all kind of comes back into who are you and what do you want to do with your life? What's your purpose?
Yeah. What is it? Well, we thank you for listening and viewing this episode. Episode 2, we've got some great guests lined up for the future of this podcast.
I've seen the
series.
list, and there's some pretty impressive.
Yeah,
they're heavy hitters.
It's really cool, and we're still reaching out to some bigger figures to see, kind of push the limit, see where we can see who's interested in being on it, and it's
and
a great time.
If you're interested, get a hold of David, get a hold of Narada.
Yeah, jump on the Now You Know podcast. It's free to be on here. You're going to be on video, and people are going to see and hear your story, but you can also advertise on our platform now, right? We can show your business logo or what you're wanting to be shown on here. We can also do the audio ads for you on here, and we encourage you to do that. We have the listenership to support what you're advertising, and
we're fortunate to have a really good audience base. We really are.
We really are. So thank you for listening, and we appreciate you. We can't wait to put some more stuff together for you, and check out our website, ltdmedia.net. Shoot us a submission if you're interested, and have a good rest of your day.
Live the dream, guys.
Yeah.